So we're here today with Morten Ørum Madsen. We don't want to confuse you too much, Morten, but we're going to ask you some questions. We're sure you've not been asked before.
Okay.
So, first of all, Morten, what's your favourite biscuit?
My favorite biscuit. That's a tough one. I don't really, I think biscuits is kind of a British thing. I don't really eat that many biscuits.
There's not a Danish biscuit then. There's not something.
I'm not sure if there's that many variants in Denmark. So I don't really eat that many biscuits. So that's a tough question to ask or answer. Sorry.
Okay. Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life and why?
I don't know. Probably maybe Leo DiCaprio, probably. I like him as an actor, and I wouldn't say we look alike, but I think he'd do a really good job of portraying my life.
Okay, he's a little bit short.
Maybe he's a bit short, maybe a bit short to play me, but I think you can always work that out.
Morten, what was your first car?
My first car. I think I'm only on my second one. My first one was a Ford Fiesta, like a little, it's not, I think a pretty decent first car. It's nice. It's pretty quick, and it's.
Something makes me think you're going to say you've got a slightly better second car.
I'm not a big car guy, but I have a Volkswagen now. It's like a station car, so it's kind of a family car. So it's not really. Doesn't have that much street cred really.
Okay.
But it's practical. I can have all my stuff in the back, and I'm not a guy that goes out and buys a new car or when.
See, I doubt there are many practical cars owned by tour players.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It is a bit boring. Yeah, I know, but it's never really appealed that much to me to have a really fancy car. Probably also because cars are so expensive in Denmark as well that. Can't really pay itself off.
And you're still based in Denmark?
I am still based in Denmark, yes.
The Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Probably the Beatles, because those are the songs that I know the best. And they've had some really good ones, and they were I think they were, from where I grew up, they were a lot more present, if you know what I mean, than the Rolling Stones were. So I think definitely the Beatles.
And what would you listen to normally?
I really like electronic music, house, EDM. I'm really into that stuff. But I got a really broad music taste. Other than that, I can, get me in the right mood, and I can pretty much listen to anything.
Well, Nicholas Colsarts does a dance music column for us, so maybe we can get you two having a DJ off one time.
I've played with Nicholas a couple of times here, and we have spoken about it. And he's been telling me a couple of stories about him going to some concerts and stuff like that.
So do you DJ as well?
I do not DJ as well. I'd love to. I've said this before that if I wasn't a golfer, DJing would definitely be the one thing I'd love to do. So I really love that stuff.
Okay, so at the Open this year, you'll play at our party. Will you play some tunes for us?
Yeah, for sure. I got some good tunes. Yeah, I'll definitely play for you guys.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job? Oh, definitely. Right when I got back from college. No, actually, sorry. Just before I went to college in the States, I had a job of collecting like little Christmas branches for them to sell for Christmas decorations. That's definitely, I was out there in the cold in December time, and it was just, that was a horrible job. I have no idea why I did it. It didn't even pay that well. So but that's definitely the worst job I've had.
If you had a time machine, where would you go and why? Would you go forwards or backwards?
I would definitely, if this is probably a bit biased, but I'd probably go back to 2000 and try and go out and watch Tiger Woods play. The way he played in those years, especially 2000, 2001. I'd love to see that up and personal.
So you're telling me, of all the things you could do if you had a time machine, you'd go and watch someone play golf?
I mean, as I said, that is probably a bit nerdy, but yeah,
I like it.
There's some other things I could think of as well, but I think I'll stick with that one.
Have you ever been in a bar fight?
No, I haven't. No, I'm not really a fighter, and I don't seem to provoke people. I think I'm kind of every time I see a fight starting, I think I run, shy away. So.
Is it because you're too busy dancing?
Probably. I mean, depends on how much I've had to drink. If I've had enough, it's probably because I'm, busy dancing. Not well though.
Right. Last question for you today. What's the best chat up line you've ever heard?
The best chat up line.
Or used?
I haven't really used that many. Probably since my early days. I think it was more prolific in my early days. So I think I once saw this guy walk up to a girl in bar. I only saw this, and he took a handful of ice cubes, and threw them on the floor, and he said, "Okay, now the ice is broken. What do you want to talk about?" And I not because it's good, just because it's so ridiculous that I thought it was funny, and I think the girl actually responded to it as well because she thought it was that ridiculous. So I think that's one of the better ones.
I'll have to try that one. Thank you very much today, Morten.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks, bye.
If you could have any superpower, which one would you have?
Invisible. I will be invisible. That would be nice. The female locker rooms and this kind of stuff will be nice.